Live with clickorlando.com, this is News 6 at noon, getting results.
Right now at noon, the polls are open across America on this election day. We'll show you what you can expect here in Central Florida if you are headed to vote this afternoon. We are already getting reports of record turnout in Central Florida. Thanks for joining us this noon. I'm Bridget Ellison.
And I'm Kirsten O'Connor. Marion County says 67% of its voters have already cast their ballots. The county says that is a new record. The first polls here in Florida opened at 7 o'clock this morning, but voters were lined up long before the doors opened. This is video from Stewart, and people were ready to go first thing this morning in Miami Beach. Today, the country will be watching Florida and the I-4 corridor. The 7 counties between Pinellas and Volusia historically determine which way Florida and its 29 electoral votes will go. We have team coverage on Election Day here in Central Florida. News 6's Ezzy Castro is in Seminole County, one of those key counties. But first, we start with Mark Lehman in Orange County. So, Mark, the county has already passed its 2016 voting total, and we still have 7 hours before the polls close.
Yeah, Orange County needed less than 30,000 voters to hit that mark. And the last check from about an hour ago, that last update, they were at about 43,000. Now, things have been busy at times, but it's actually not looking too bad right now. There haven't been any reports of any significant delays. All of this coming as everyone is making their voice heard, including some for the first time.
Mark, thank you. At this hour, we've heard about a problem for voters in Lake County. Lake County Supervisor of Elections, Alan Hayes, says a computer glitch showed some voters as not being registered. At least 7 precincts reported the problem. The issue was identified, and they're working to fix it. Affected voters were asked to use a provisional ballot or try voting later. Hayes says the glitch does not appear to be suspicious.
As of this morning, more than 9 million Floridians have already cast their ballots between early voting and vote by mail. Another 1.2 million vote by mail ballots have yet to be turned in. And if you have one, remember, it is too late to mail it in, but you can drop it off at your county supervisor of elections office. Those must be received by 7 o'clock tonight. Postmarks do not count.
More than 99 million Americans have already cast their ballots. That is 73% of the total turnout in the 2016 election. Seminole County could play a major role in this presidential election.
Seminole County voters have gone red since 1948, but trends have shifted toward Democrats in recent years. And News 6's Ezzy Castro joins us live there now. So, Ezzy, could Seminole County change the game for Democrats this year?
That's a big possibility, Kirsten, and we've actually been chatting with voters here at the Castleberry Recreation Center today, and a lot of them say that there's a possibility the county could go blue, but it hasn't really been too busy out here. Don't let that fool you, because Seminole County could play a big role in tonight's turnouts. Now, here are the numbers from early voting here in Seminole County. More than 115,000 people hit the polls early this season, and more than 101,000 voted by mail. Now, back out here live, keep in mind, if you haven't voted, just remember that the polls here in Seminole County will stay open till 7 o'clock tonight. But for now, live in Castleberry, Ezzy Castro getting results, News 6.
Thank you, Ezzy. And be sure to check our News 6 voter guide before you head to the polls. We have everything you need to know, from where to vote to what is on your ballot. You can check out that voter guide right now on clickorlando.com/results2020.
Developing now at noon, Hurricane Eta is moving closer to making landfall in Central America. The eye of the Category 4 storm is just off the shore of Nicaragua. Thousands have already started taking shelter. Northeastern Nicaragua is feeling Eta's wrath with high winds and heavy rain. So far, no injuries or deaths have been reported, but there are reports of trees and power lines down. Flooding also expected to be an issue there. Meteorologist Troy Bridges joins us now with the latest on this, and we're keeping an eye on it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. This thing has winds of 145 miles per hour. It will weaken over land, but then make a turn to the north and move back into water, eventually approaching Cuba as a tropical storm. The question is, what will it do after that? Will it move north and impact Florida? It's likely to be close to Cuba heading into the weekend. We'll have to watch next week to see what impacts it could have on us. Daytona Beach right now, though, looking gorgeous. Rip current still a real problem out there, but 74 is the temperature. We have a northeast wind at 13 miles per hour. It's 76 in Orlando and just now at 70 in Ocala. We'll talk about how much warmer today will get and more about a cool down on the way straight ahead.
Thank you, Troy. An update now to a story we told you about this morning. The Florida Department of Law Enforcement has canceled the missing child alert for a Pasco County boy. The 1-year-old from Land Lakes was found safe earlier this morning.
Orange County Public Schools just set a new record for COVID-19 cases reported. The district reported 40 new cases yesterday alone. Of those new cases, 21 are students, 16 are employees, and 3 were reported as vendors or visitors. Now, those cases were reported across the district at more than 30 schools. So far, OCPS has reported 687 cases total since August. And we are still waiting on Florida's COVID-19 report. Those numbers typically come in by about 11 a.m., but we will bring them to you just as soon as they're here. Well, we have just 51 days until Christmas. Who's counting, right? This is exciting news about who's helping Central Florida celebrate the season right now. That'll be coming up.
Plus, a sign of hope in the wake of a tragedy. The amazing discovery in Turkey just days after a deadly earthquake there.
Plus, a closer look at how the presidential candidates are spending the day and the potential issues some states are already dealing with. That's ahead.
You're watching News 6 at noon, getting results. We'll be right back.
This portion of the news is sponsored by the Florida Lottery. Team coverage all day long. Stay with News 6 and clickorlando.com for the latest results as they come in. Live with Bridget Ellison, Justin Warmoth, and meteorologist Troy Bridges. This is News 6 at noon, getting results.
Right now, Austrian police are still investigating what prompted a deadly attack last night. It happened in the capital city of Vienna.
At least 5 people are dead, including the suspect. Police say the suspect may have sympathized with the Islamic State group. A witness told police the shooter opened fire on people sitting outside at bars. Last night was the final night before Austria starts a month-long lockdown for COVID-19.
There is some good news from Turkey this morning. Crews rescued a little girl from the remnants of a collapsed building nearly 4 days after an earthquake. Rescuers there cheering as she was carried away in that blanket. The toddler spent 91 hours in the rubble. At least 91 people have died and nearly 1,000 were hurt in the magnitude 7 earthquake.
Investors are keeping a close watch on stocks this election day. All 3 indices posted gains yesterday, and they're up right now. At last check, the Dow was up over 600 points. The NASDAQ has gained more than 200, and the S&P 500 has picked up about 74 points. In the final hours of the 2020 election, President Trump and former Vice President Joe Biden are making their final push to rally supporters. CBS's Skylar Henry has more.
Let's take a live look now outside. Ooh, the Launch Credit Union Port Cam at Port Canaveral. I love the weather today.
It's just gorgeous out there, and meteorologist Troy Bridges is, tracking these weather headlines. It's a beautiful week. No excuse to get out to the polls.
That's
nice
right.
weather. That's
right. And Bridget, you were asking me earlier, hey, is it a good day to take the kids to fly a kite? Yes.
Great.
It's going to be breezy. I'm going to show you those winds in just a little bit. We'll have another chilly night tonight, not quite as chilly as last night. Last night we had 40s, 50s, and 60s. Tonight into early tomorrow, 50s and 60s. So cool enough for a jacket, but we're not going to have those 40s that we did in northern zones. And then tomorrow, dry and mild through the weekend. We are increasing rain chances. We'll talk more about that in the planning forecast. But here's the wind still coming in out of the northeast near 15 to even 20 miles per hour when you talk about sustained winds, but they're gusting even greater than that. Still chilly enough for a jacket though. 61 will be the temperature early in the morning by 7 a.m. In Orlando, we're down to 57 in the Villages. We'll drop to 55 in Ocala, but then 70 in Melbourne, 71 in Cocoa Beach. But here's a look at the 7-day forecast as we get results, and you'll see those rain chances out of the picture for the next 3 days, including today, but back up to 82 on Thursday. Rain chances return, wouldn't you know it, in time for the weekend, and the 80s stick around heading into next week. Ladies, back to you.
Thanks, Troy. Get the latest weather alerts anytime on your phone or tablet with our free Pinpoint Weather app. Just search WKMG in your app store. Next at noon, the steps Twitter's taking on Election Day.
Plus, Walmart is making some big changes in its stores, what you won't see on future shopping trips. That's coming up.
Today is Election Day 2020, and News 6 has your live local coverage of all the key races, with political experts tackling the issues and keeping you up to date on the local and national elections. Our team of local reporters across Central Florida covering your county, showing how each race will impact you.
This is the place to be for Election 2020.
Keep it right here all day and night for complete election coverage on all your devices. Only on News 6, getting results. Get Click-O on the go. Top stories and weather in less than 2 minutes. Find out at News 6 WKMG on Snapchat and Instagram.
Twitter is outlining more of its Election Day plans. The social media platform says it's considering the results of an election to be official when it's announced by a state official or at least 2 major national news outlets. Twitter also plans to put warning labels on tweets that claim premature victory.
Well, Walmart is giving the shelf-scanning robots the boot at about 500 of its stores. Now, I have never seen this before.
I have. That's why I'm laughing.
Okay, they're funny looking. The world's biggest retailer says it ended its relationship with Bossa Nova Robotics, and that company builds moving robots equipped with cameras for identifying out-of-stock and misplaced products. The Wall Street Journal reports that Walmart found human workers could get similar results.
Yay for humans.
Yeah, get the jobs back. Well, it started to feel more like Christmas, and now it's beginning to sound like Christmas in Central Florida as well.
We are here for it. How you can get your holiday fix when we come back.
News 6 investigators Bolden, Holfeld, and DeForest uncovering the truth only on News 6 starting at 5.
Oh, we just said goodbye to Halloween. Thanksgiving is still several weeks away, but a Florida radio station is already getting in on the Christmas spirit. Z88.3 is flipping to all Christmas music starting today. It is the president of that radio station says that COVID and the contentious election were the perfect reasons to bring some hope and joy to Central Florida.
So maybe that's what we'll do. We'll listen to that.
Let's do that today.
Go outside, relax.
Fly a kite with the little ones. It sounds like a perfect thing.
Yeah, I already heard it on my way in this morning.
Well, you heard me singing a few Christmas tunes all month.
All year with you.
Yeah, all year. Yeah, I sing it all year. You know, it helps us be a little cheery. Look at this. We're showing you a lot of sunshine for the next couple of days. Today, 77, gradually warming near 80 tomorrow to 79, and then the low 80s for the end of the week. And, of course, rain chances in time for the weekend.
Okay, more news and weather updates right here starting at 4.
We break news on clickorlando.com. Have a good one.
Gorgeous.
Dear Santa, this year has been